Welcome to today's episode of I'm Buying Something I Don't Need. Now, what we're doing today is we are heading over to New York. I have a deal working on a kdx200 in 86, a 92 kx250, and an 89 yz125. All three run. The KX needs piston rings, the KDX needs a front tube, and the YZ needs a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. He said he has most of the parts for it. So I think I'm going to get myself 3 projects ranging from quite literally an hour to probably about 10-15 hours worth of work, and we're going to try and load them all up in my truck today. I do like these package deals. I have done this a couple times before, and I really do like the package deals where I buy a few bikes at once. I usually end up making the most money on them. Even though it is now fall and winter's coming, I think I'll still be able to flip them before snow comes. So let's go get it. Have acquired a 1992 kx250 that needs plastics and some other stuff, a 1989 yz125 that needs a lot of stuff, and a 1986 kdx200 that needs a front tube and some other minor work. Now, KDXs are pretty much indestructible. It was actually a barn find bike that this guy bought and raced once. So I'm gonna see you guys when I get back home. We got about an hour and 10 minutes left. Alrighty, y'all. So it's a different day and we are now home. I have a few bikes to show you. First vintage bike I picked up is a 1986 kdx200. As you guys know, I do love my KDXs. Needs some work. Back fender's broken. It leaks fuel out of the petcock pretty badly. Needs grips because these Pro Taper grips are trash. I like Pro Taper pillow tops. It needed a front tire tube, but it turns out that the rim's actually cracked in like 6 different places. It needs exhaust gaskets, which I have on order, and a couple other miscellaneous things. The front brake system's all screwed up, but I have a front brake system for this on that. Also do have this 1989 yz125 that needs a bunch of miscellaneous small things. The guy said that the bike was recently rebuilt. It looks like fork seals are just starting to go. Needs a fuel line because this line is all messed up, dry rotted, cracked, leaks out of 3 different places. It needs the chain put on. I have a chain for it. It needs this chain guard. The right foot peg needs to be installed, which I have on order. It has no coolant in it because the guy lost his bolt. And it needs side plastics. The right one's missing, the left one's broken. So I have that on order. And on to number 3. We have a 1992 kx250. It's got a DG pipe on it with an FMF silencer, recent chain and sprockets. Somebody powder coated the frame this really cool like green color. It's green in the sun, but black when it's not in the sun. I don't know if you guys can really see because the light in here isn't great, but you can kind of see it right there. I think it's pretty cool. It needs an air filter cage, as does this, as well as a new air filter. It needs grips. It's missing all 4 side plastics, which I have on order, and seat mounting hardware that I can't seem to find. So for part 1, we are going to be putting the front tire on from that bike, as well as the front brake system from that bike. I also have this bar pad that the guy gave me, which I'm going to put right on here because it's free. I also have new grips coming in, which are probably going to be in within the next few days. I'll add that in a part 2, and I'm going to be putting the new front brakes, new to the bike front brake system on today as well. And hopefully I'll be able to take it for a quick rip. Both of these tires are pretty dry rotted, nasty, disgusting. So I'm going to have to get some new tires for the bike, front and rear. But I think we'll be able to make it work. As you can see, this tire is pretty bad all the way around also. I'm going to have a new front tire put on it too. because it definitely needs it. And it's not worth popping a tire in the woods, riding hard, and getting hurt. So I'm just going to take this and the front brake system for today. I believe I might be back for the forks in the future, because these forks seem to be in a little bit better shape than the ones that are on there. The ones that are on there, I think, are leaking. I have the tire off of the parts bike over there. It has been an uphill battle for about the last half hour trying to get this brake caliper off. The piston was stuck on it. I have the brake system free now with the help of some PB Blaster on the rotor, cracking open the bleeder, pretty much draining the fluid out of it. We are about there. Now, we have to put that on there, the brake system on there, the petcock on there, and possibly the back fender. And we have the front tire back on. Just have to tighten it down. I do think that this is one of the best designs of any bike manufacturer. There was a little rest here, so if you were to have to take the front wheel off or put the front wheel on, you don't need 2 wrenches. You just need your 19 for this side. Make sure it's tight. I don't have to hold anything on the other side, worry about 2 wrenches at the same time or anything like that. Pretty much just tighten it till it's tight and then let it rip. And now we're going to take the front brake system from that bike and put it on this bike. So 2 bolts down here. I just loosened these 2 bolts right here and pulled the line out. And then there's 2 more clips with these little roller things that you bend out to get them out. And then up here, you're going to have your 2 bolts on your master cylinder. Now we're doing the exact opposite of what we just did. So 2 bolts here, 2 bolts here, 2 rings there, and 2 bolts up top. Up next is the top 2 bolts. And I put the throttle back where it's supposed to be. The last guy had it wrapped around to the bottom for whatever reason. I don't understand. Top's done. These are back in their rungs. And last step is this right here. Then once that's done, we will get to doing the tank. Take the seat off. We're going to be looking at 1 bolt here, 1 bolt on the other side. Then the tank's probably going to have a strap down here, a bolt here, and then a bolt on the other side. We got these 2 off, these 3 off, and now we are free other than this fuel line, which I'll take off with a pair of pliers. So you can see it leaks right out of the petcock. Took the old one out. Looks like it was missing its filters anyways, as well as the little thing that stops the reserve from being a reserve. So we have this new one here that should have everything I need, including an in-tank reserve fuel filter for any grime that you find at the bottom, as well as some new gaskets. Reinstalled this. I put in a clamp that I had sitting here in the garage. That way, if there was any leaks, I knew they would be from right here. As you can see, it's definitely not the best clamp to be putting on there, but it works and it'll be okay. I don't notice any leaks. There's probably about a 1/4 gallon gas in here. I have another mixed gallon right there that I'm going to throw in, and I'll start the bike up and make sure that it's not leaking. We have it installed, no leaks as of now. I do have new front and rear fender for the bike because they both have cracks and breaks in them. I have one off of the parts bike, and it also has a broken rear fender on it, and I have one off the parts bike as well. So the unbroken front fender is now on, and I'm moving to the back. Get that one out. It was 4 bolts and the light assembly. I'm not going to put a light assembly or a bag on it today. Probably cut a hole in it in the future to make that work, though, and make it look a little prettier. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the KDX. I will be doing a little bit more to it. I ran out of time today. I will be doing tires to the bike. I will peel off all those little 33s that are all over the place. And I have a bunch of other little things that I want to do too, like grips and levers and some other stuff. You guys will see that, as well as that bike and those other 2 here soon. yz125 is next up on the chopping block. I want to get that running and moving in the next video, so stay tuned. Cold start before I head out here. It seemed to be running a little lean when I started it up to drive it off the truck, but we'll see. Yeah. As you can see, it's leaking out of the header up there as well. I have a gasket coming for it.